You ever see someone so confident, so absolutely certain they're the smartest person in the room, only to realize they just poked a bear wearing brass knuckles? Yeah, you probably wouldn't survive this one. So, before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. And, hey, drop your city and local time in the comments. I love knowing where you're tuning in from. The Elite Fitness Center hums like a well-oiled machine. Treadmills whir. Jump ropes whip. Dumbbells clank in steady rhythm. But over in the martial arts section, that's where the air practically vibrates. Derek Thunder Morrison, 46 years old, 6 feet of muscle and ego wrapped around a third-degree black belt, is holding court. A dozen gym members circle him like disciples, watching as he demonstrates his signature roundhouse kick. Every word drips with authority. He's been training for 20 years, competed regionally, taught classes, lived and breathed martial arts. To his students, Derek is the guy. Enter Maya Washington, 41, quiet, athletic but unassuming in plain workout clothes, like someone just there to burn some calories and leave unnoticed. She and her friend Sarah stroll in carrying gym bags and water bottles, chatting softly about their weekend plans, not even glancing at Derek's little spotlight moment. But Derek notices her. Oh, does he notice her? Most people think they know martial arts because they watch a few movies. Derek announces, throwing a smirk Maya's way, making sure everyone sees. But real technique? That takes years under a master. Maya says nothing, starts warming up, touching toes, flowing into deep stretches that make even a yoga crowd stop and stare. Perfect splits, controlled breathing, effortless balance sights, the kind of flexibility you don't get from weekend Zumba classes. Sarah whispers, "Girl, maybe tone it down before someone gets jealous." And Maya just chuckles. And then Derek botches his next kick. Not badly, just enough to throw his balance off. Maya winces before she can stop herself. Derek catches it instantly. Problem, sweetheart? Softly, politely, Maya says, your supporting foot should pivot more. It'll protect your knee and generate more power. That's it. No attitude. Just facts. But silence drops like a guillotine. Derek freezes mid-kick, ego suddenly flashing red. Did she just correct him? In front of his students? In martial arts, public corrections like challenging someone's on Nora hot topic scholars still debate endlessly. He laughs. But it's sharp. Oh, we got ourselves an expert. Huh? Tell you what. Why don't you step up and show us how it's done? The crowd oos. Sarah mutters. Oh no. She didn't. But Maya tries diplomacy. Really? That's not necessary. Derek's grin widens. Come on. Just a little sparring. For fun. And just like that, the circle tightens. Phones come out. And a simple tip about knee safety has turned into a showdown nobody saw coming. Maya exhales slowly, the hum of conversation around her swelling into a steady roar. Nearly 30 gym members crowd the mat now, their anticipation palpable. Sarah tugs at her arm, whispering, you don't have to do this. But Maya's gaze has already settled on Derek. Calm, collected, that same unshakable composure you see on surgeons right before the first incision. Derek paces the mat like a showman warming up the crowd. Ladies and gentlemen, he announces, his voice booming off the mirrored walls. Let's give our expert here a chance to show us what real technique looks like. He bows mockingly, dripping condescension. Maya simply nods once, her expression unreadable. James Chun, the gym manager, steps in cautiously. Derek, maybe we should keep it light. Demonstration only. Derek waves him off. Relax. James, 20 years of teaching, I know how to control my power. Translation, he's definitely about to try knocking her into next week. They square up on the mat. Maya's stance looks casual, almost lazy, like she's half asleep. Derek's brimming with swagger, bouncing on the balls of his feet, arms loose, grinning like a kid about to crush a carnival game. Ready? James calls. Maya nods once. Derek lunges first, tossing a probing jab toward her ribs, just testing range textbook intimidation play. And just like that, she's gone. Not backstepping, not dodging dramatically. She simply isn't there. One subtle pivot, a whisper of weight shift, and Derek's fist slices empty air. The crowd gasps. Marcus Thompson, a 17-year-old aspiring fighter, blurts, wait, what? Derek recovers fast, masks his surprise with bravado. Beginner's luck, he says, and follows up with a sweeping roundhouse kick. Except Maya's movement is poetry. She slips just outside the arc. Balance so perfect it looks rehearsed. Phones tilt upward now. Whispers ripple. She hasn't even touched him yet. Does she train somewhere? Maybe she's ex-military? Derek ups the tempo, unleashing a 3-punch combo that would overwhelm most hobbyists. But Maya isn't most hobbyists. She slips each strike by inches, literally, inches, never panicking, never breaking rhythm. Every dodge flows into the next, like water curling around stone. Historians still argue whether martial arts evolved more from warfare or dance. And watching Maya, you'd swear it was the latter. Even Lisa Park, Derek's star student, leans towards Sarah and whispers, "That's advanced. Like, really advanced." That happens. Derek lunges recklessly, overcommitting on a cross. Maya pivots inside his guard and Popek extends a lightning-fast jab that stops millimeters from his nose. No contact. Perfect control. Silence. That's when Coach Patricia Johnson walks in, retired Olympic trainer. Silver hair pulled tight. Sharp eyes scanning the mat. She freezes mid-step. No, it can't be. She knows that footwork. That breathing pattern. That's Maya Washington, Olympic bronze medalist she coached 15 years ago. Coach Johnson's whisper carries. And like wildfire, the secret spreads. Maya Washington. Olympian. Derek hasn't heard yet. He still thinks he's in control. But the crowd? They're buzzing now, knowing the storm's about to hit. The energy in the room flips like a light switch. One moment, Derek's the alpha on the mat. The next, the whispers ripple louder than his ego ever could. Olympic medalist? Wait. Her? Oh. He's done. Phones tilt higher. Angles sharpen. And suddenly this isn't a friendly spare, it's history in 4K. Derek charges forward, oblivious to the murmurs around him. Frustration leaking into every strike. His combos are faster now, but sloppier, swinging with pride, not precision. Maya, meanwhile, breathes like she's at a Sunday yoga class. Every pivot, every parry, every slip comes without effort. Her movement's a masterclass in efficiency. It's like watching a chess grandmaster toy with someone who just learned the rules last week. Then Rebecca Williams bursts through, the crowd, sports journalist, Olympic correspondent, and walking encyclopedia of international competition. She locks eyes on Maya, gasps, and blurts loud enough for half the gym to hear. That's Maya Washington, bronze medalist, World Championships, Seoul 2008. Boom. The room detonates. A wave of realization sweeps the floor. Jaws drop. Eyes widen. The very air vibrates as the truth sinks in. Derek hasn't just been taunting a gym member. He's been publicly trying to humiliate one of the best martial artists in the world. Derek freezes mid-combo. His hands lower, chest heaving. For the first time, the man nicknamed Thunder looks small. The crowd watches in silence as Maya steps forward, bows respectfully, and whispers, "Thank you for the spar." That's it. No routine. No victory dance. Just grace. Coach Johnson steps into the circle, voice carrying steady authority. "Ladies and gentlemen, you just witnessed something extraordinary. True mastery isn't about domination, it's about control, respect, and restraint." MS. Washington demonstrated all three. Maya smiles faintly, but Derek's face cycles through every stage of emotional collapse. Shock, embarrassment, regret, and something heavy, realization. Lisa Park, his top student, hesitates before saying softly, "Sensei, we've got a lot to unlearn, don't we?" Derek swallows hard, nodding slowly, humbled in a way 20 years of sparring had never achieved. Marcus Thompson, notebook clutched to his chest, edges closer to Maya. MS. Washington, could you maybe show us some of what you just did? Maya glances at Derek, offers him a lifeline most wouldn't. Perhaps we can demonstrate together. The offer hangs there like an open door. Derek hesitates, pride wrestling with humiliation. But for the first time all afternoon, he bows. "I would be honored." The applause starts tentative, then swells. Not for Maya's skill alone, but for her character. For turning humiliation into education, conflict into community. And as the mat's clear, the lesson lingers. Strength isn't proving you're better than someone else. It's knowing when to hold back, when to teach, and when to lift others higher, even the ones who try to tear you down. The noise of the gym softens, the scattered conversations fading into a calm hum. Sunlight spills through the high windows, stretching warm gold across the polished floor where moments ago pride, power, and perception collided. Derek sits quietly on the edge of the mat. No longer the booming voice. No longer the center of attention, just a man replaying every second in his head. Every choice. Every word he wishes he could take back. Across the room, Maya kneels by a small cluster of students, demonstrating subtle pivots and balance cues. Her tone gentle, steady, patient. It's as if the chaos never happened. As if this was always meant to end here with learning, not victory. Even Sarah, who had spent the first half of the afternoon muttering, "Don't you dare," under her breath, now watches her friend in quiet awe, realizing she never really knew the depth of Maya's world. Outside, the city hums, oblivious to the storm that just passed inside these walls. But for everyone here, something fundamental shifted. The hierarchy cracked, assumptions dissolved, and a reminder lingered in the air like incense after ceremony. True power isn't loud. It doesn't brag. It doesn't humiliate. Derek eventually stands, walking toward Maya slowly, deliberately, bowing deeper this time not as an instructor, but as a student. She returns it without hesitation, meeting him in that quiet space where respect finally blooms. The crowd disperses one by one, but they leave with a different energy than they arrived with, lighter, thoughtful, maybe even inspired. For some, it's just a story to tell later. For others, it's a mirror. And for Derek Morrison, it's the beginning of rebuilding.